Alright, good morning everyone. We're testing out, trying to get things with low latency, see what the delay is. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up with Prime Hack. It's really, finicky. Alright. Looking okay. Maybe like 5 seconds delay. Hopefully that's not too bad. Alright. I think we're good to go here. Christmas Eve's Eve. Christmas Eve, if that's the right way to put it. Alright. So we are in the final stages of the game. We need to get to the Torvis Bog. Find all the Sky Temple keys. We got 2 down. I think there's 9 of them in total. I think. So, we'll see. Got my Annihilator Beam. Best beam in the game. Oops. Don't want to go that way. I want to go over here. Gameplay seems a little laggy. I'm not sure why. My frame rates are decent, but things seem a little slow. There's some delay. I don't know if you guys notice it. I don't know. Feels slightly off, I'm not sure why. It's probably because I messed with the settings of OBS. I'm happy to be playing the Prime Hack trilogy. But I will be really happy once I can just play a regular game on Steam or through my OBS. Sorry, through my capture card with my Switch. All right. So yeah, we're down to the final parts of this game. The tour around the world that so many games do towards the end. Not a bad thing usually. Like with any type of backtracking, you always want to make sure that things are fresh even though you backtrack. More on that in a second. We need to take a look at the lore here. And see which Cadre 1. They came to the lagoon in the night, delivering true death blows before I could detect them. As my life faded, I sent a call to the Cadre to warn of this surprise attack. May they find my key and dispatch the Ing who killed me. Only then will my final rest be peaceful. I want a game about the Luminoth Ing War because it sounds really epic and tragic. Alright. The lagoon. Yeah, I'm not getting good frame rates here. down to 30. Grove. It's worrisome. There we go, the lagoon. So we gotta get to the right. Can I go that way? I can. Back to the main entrance. Yeah, so what I was saying was, when it comes to like the ends of games, and they make you go through, the game makes you go through like a tour around the world of everywhere you've been. You know, that can have different effects based on a lot of things. In general, when you make the player backtrack, you want to make things somewhat different, or at least have like the anticipation that things could be different as we go back. Like, I know that not everything is going to be different when I go back to all these different areas in Metroid Prime 2, but because it's a Metroidvania and I have all these different weapons now that I didn't necessarily have at the beginning of the game when I first went through here, that means there's like anticipation that I have that I'm gonna find things that I didn't find last time. So it's not really like it doesn't feel like just another fetch quest added in. It feels like you know, this is part of the main quest, and I'm gonna get to help clean up and grow as in my stats. You know, there's dual purpose to it. It's we want the player to go back and clean up all the remaining power-ups, but we also want to pad out gameplay time, and we also want to add to the story by looking at the Luminoth lore. Like, this serves multiple purposes from a game design perspective, and that's what you want as a game designer. You don't want, if you have a problem as a game designer, like especially if there's like a bug. Yeah, always fix bugs. Okay, that goes without saying. But if there's like a problem from a game design perspective, or more than one problem, find a solution that covers both problems, because then instead of like a game design fix, it becomes like a feature. So like in this instance, like the question could be like, the game's not long enough, what's something we can do to pad out the game time without making it feel like we're padding out the game time? Bird o'clock. Okay, so let me say that again. The problem, like let's say for example in Metroid Prime 2, the developers were like, okay, the game's not long enough. We need a way to kind of pad out the game time, and we don't want the player to feel like we're just simply padding out the game time. Okay, well, they added the keys in, and thankfully the design of the Metroidvania makes it pretty simple that you can go back to different areas and clean up any missing items you may have gotten. So, and it also gives a new focus on the lore itself. Like you can look up the Luminoth lore, and it gives you time to use your Annihilator Beam and any other aspects or items that you got along the way. Like, it serves multiple functions. That's the idea here. Another example is in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. You get this like tour around the world again at the end of the game, and gives you a chance to go clean up things, and there's new story elements, and you reconnect with old characters, and it's just a nice way to pad out gameplay, but also give the player something new. So serves multiple functions. Merry Christmas Eve, guys. Good to see you. I did tweak the latency, so I'm hoping there's not too much of a delay. I did test it, so I think it's still just a few seconds. So hopefully it's not too bad. Not 12 seconds. Test. I just saw you post test, like literally a split second ago. Hopefully this actually worked. About 8 seconds. Ah, that's not great. I'll have to tweak with it some more from the... I think that might be the limit. Yeah, maybe. Also, I've noticed a performance drop in Prime Hack, so that could also be a problem. But I think it's running okay for right now, so we'll just go with it. It's the Dark World. That's... Oh, thank you. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting they're all in the Dark World. And the closest portal that is actually a portal is right there. Yeah, hopefully we can clean up the keys in this one. Gateway to Sky Temple active. 9 keys required access. Yes, I know. Alright, good. And our portal is... Prison portal. Oh, I went the wrong way. Nothing new here today, guys. I wonder how many times I've said that over the course of before and after you guys started watching. I should do a supercut of that somehow. Oh, I went the wrong way. No, I haven't placed any yet. I don't need to go back, right? I mean, there's not... I don't remember there being any kind of, like limit to how many you can carry, right? I'm pretty sure that I can just get all of them and then go there. There's no limit. You can just gather them up and open the gate. Good. That's what I thought. Sam is looking good in her light suit. Right, Poison Bog. That's where I'm going now. You did scan of all clues. Guess we'll find out. Don't know if I scanned them all. Oh, this reminds me of Magmore Caverns. my old stomping grounds. Did these things get sucked into? Oh yeah, looks like, look at that. That's cool. Alright, what do we got here? Am I in the right place? Yep, okay, good. Every Dark World has its own feel to me. Yeah, it's kind of, you mean like in the different biomes? See what we got here. Aha! You can't hide from me. Weird, creepy. Did I ever scan these guys? I should probably scan them. Ing Flying Cash. These guys are like the Zerg. Yeah, every Dark World. Your comment on there knew it. Jittering and foaming at the mouth with rage. Key acquired. Yeah, I think what your comment on every Dark World has its own feel to it. I agree. It's not all the same, which is kind of nice. Like you go to the dark world and each of the biomes, it's the Dark World, but it's like it got its own vibe going on, which is really nice. It's helps keep things fresh. Honestly, if you guys have played Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, one of my favorite parts about it, and one of my least favorite parts about it was the depths. Like visiting it for the first time was awesome, but then once you realize that 90% of it is exactly the same, it just gets a little tiresome and boring. So it's nice that they should have. There's a lot of things they should have done with that game. Anyway, we're playing Metroid now. Alright. Wait, I'm in the wrong cadre. Key bearer. Okay, the catacombs. Trapped in the catacombs with no chance of rescue, I fought them to the last. We watched them feed upon their dead. I heard them pressing the lesser of their number into front ranks, that my blast would take them. At least their leader stood against me. At last their leader stood against me in battle. He was a foe worthy of a Luminoth warrior. Oh man, we need some indie developer to develop Metroid: The Luminoth Ing War. Because it sounds way more interesting than a lot of the games being developed today. Catacombs. Oh, the hard work, we were so close. Then some rando from space comes and finds all of our stuff. Okay, catacombs. There we go. Oh, that was... Okay, gotta go down. Where am I? I'm right there. Alright, looks like we just gotta head straight ahead. Look at the map one. Can I get over there? should probably head back the way I came and go into the portal. Alright. It was really handy that the Annihilator Beam gives you both dark and light energy. I feel like I can just keep it out the whole time. Even though I probably shouldn't. Come to me, power-ups. Zeltroid. Thanks for commenting, man. What do you I'm curious what you mean by that. Everything that's missing from Prime 4 is very present in Prime 2. You mean like the dark lore or the seriousness of it? I'm curious. I haven't played Prime 4 yet, so no spoilers if you can help it. It can activate both portals? Oh, okay. It can't activate both doors, which is really annoying. But. Oh, look at that. You're right. Not that I doubted you. You're usually right. New game. Does the game look a little like laggy to you guys at all? Because my frame rates are pretty high, but I feel like there's just a weird slowness to it that creeps in. Am I going the right way? I'm always wondering if I'm going the right way. Yeah, okay, good. We're good. Yeah, see, look, that should open the door. It doesn't. Zeltroid says all of it. The serious tone, the feeling of isolation and loneliness, the deep and rich lore, complex labyrinth designs of the levels. Prime 4 some good stuff, but I wish it took more from 2. That is, that's what I hear from a lot of people. I rarely hear people. I am gonna play Prime 4. I will probably really enjoy playing it. But a lot. I only hear people say either pretty much what you said, Zeltroid, or they say that the hate is overblown, and then they don't really elaborate on what's actually good about the game, other than it looks really beautiful. So we'll see when I play it. I fully expect it to be fun though, but I feel like it's going to be one of those IPs or one of those entries in a series where at first I'm like, wow, this is a really good game, and then the more I think about it, the more I'm like, man, what a missed opportunity. So, we'll see. As far as the picture goes, though, it's not like choppy or anything from the stream, right? Like, I'm still coming through clear, right? I want at least good audio and decent visuals. Alright, we need a portal. Yeah, when I first started playing Prime 2 again, for this playthrough, it had been literally about 20 years, I think, since I've played it. And the first thing I noticed was that it is a, tone-wise, it's a darker game than I think the other two. I mean, Metroid Prime 3 has its serious moments. I mean, you have to kill your friends that get possessed by Phazon, or corrupted by Phazon, excuse me. It's the name. But I don't know. It's coming into the backdrop of this war between the Ing and the Luminoth just feels different. Yeah, I'm definitely. I do plan to stream it. Unfortunately, it's going to be on the Switch, not the Switch 2. I can't afford a Switch 2 right now, so thankfully they released it on both. So there will be a little bit of a drop of visual quality, I imagine, but I'm definitely gonna stream it. What is? Seriously? Was I supposed to come here a different way? Oh, okay, good. Where's the crystal? Do I have a crystal anywhere? Oh, no crystal. Materialize. Wow, jeez. Come on. Come on. Trying to possess me. Finally, there we go. Wow, you didn't know something about this game? New Game Plus. To be fair, I didn't know you could do that either. I thought I was stuck and had to find another way around. Alright, where's this key? It's around here somewhere. Unless I already got this one, somehow. Sacrificial chamber. Oops. Wrong button. Oh, this is the training center. I need to get to the catacombs. Gathering hall. Was I there already? Oh no. There it is. Okay. Alright, here we go. I imagine it'll run okay on the Switch. Did I go the wrong way? I think I went the wrong way. Dungeon. I did went the wrong way. Yeah, I think it'll run okay on the Switch. Nintendo's because they're so exclusive with their IPs, you know, it'll be optimized well. I'm not gonna stick around and fight you guys again. Alright, here we go. What's going on? Oh, it's a puzzle. I mean a maze. Sort of. Alright, here we go. It's just something. Did I get him? Nope. Come on, charge up. Oh, I only have one, that's why. Okay. Watch my ammo. This freeze missile combo. Good. I think that's it. Some ammo here. They usually like to hang out down here. Heard some load screens take a while. Sometimes those doors won't open in Prime 2 while it's loading the world behind it. So it's like, we aren't used to it. Oh yeah, I remember that in Prime 1. In Prime 1, and all the GameCube Primes. Prime 1 and 2 did that. It's like that you hit the door to unlock it, and it doesn't open for a little bit because the game is loading. It wasn't too big of a problem, but it was noticeable at times. Alright. Probably above me, is my guess. Let's see. All these things are moving out. Gotta remember I have the screw attack. Is it up there? No, it's not. I wonder, did I accidentally already get this one somehow? Compare the rooms in the light world. Aha! I had a brief moment when I was under this pool where it's like, I should blow something up down here. And then I was like, I don't want to look like an idiot. And I still might look like an idiot. Oh, there's an antechamber there. Did I get it right? No, I didn't. Huh. What am I doing wrong here? No Sonic stuff going on. The clues does not refer to the gathering hall. Oh, is this the gathering hall? I thought it was the catacombs. Ugh. Sorry, I thought it was in the right room. Okay. Yeah, the load times in those older games were getting faster and faster. I don't remember it ever being too bad. In those games. What's this? Do I not have a... Oh, I don't have any power bombs. Oh man, there's no... I gotta flip these things over. Okay. I mean, at least from the map perspective, I thought that was the catacombs. That's why, because in my head I had them reversed. Uh-oh. Oh. Game crashed. That's frustrating. I wonder what triggered that. Okay. It's okay. This has happened once before. Let me bring it back up. Unfortunately, we didn't save. Ugh. That's another thing I'm gonna really like about playing on the on the Switch. I don't have to put up with this jankiness from the Prime trilogy ROM hack. I do have a oh, it happened to him yesterday too. Yeah, I do have a Wii U. I just don't have any... I only have Pro controllers for it. And I do have the Prime trilogy. I have it right here. In its awesome metal case. I kept it because I love this series so much. Some stuff over. Okay. Oh, look at that. Now I got all manner of things going on here. Just got to recalibrate my controller. Okay. Alright, we're good. Turn off the power and refer to your Nintendo GameCube instructions manual for further instructions. Oh man, that's a bummer. I was hoping we'd get at least a few more keys. Which one did I get already? It was... I've only gotten 2 in the bog. That was the second one I was working towards. Alright, let's do this quick. Here we go. Yeah, it's funny because I remember the Xbox. Oh no, I guess that generation of games of consoles wasn't too bad. Oh, what am I doing? The PS2 could have issues, but the GameCube never had any like Red Ring of Death stuff going on with it, or the Wii. The PS2 had that like disc read error stuff. That screen was the bane of my existence when we played on the GameCube. Oh yeah, actually you're right. Yeah, the GameCube definitely had its disc read errors. Okay, I gotta get to the lagoon by way of the Forgotten Bridge. I shouldn't have come up here. There's no way. That's... Okay, come on. Elevator. Respawn. Thank you. Torvis Grove. Forgotten Bridge. Okay, gotta go through the grove. The bridge. Honestly, the hardest one I fought so far was the the spider ball boss. But I think that was mostly due to just the mechanics of the boss fight itself. Were just a little frustrating for me, and I wasn't as patient as I needed to be. So, you know, maybe that's on me. The Quadraxis was difficult in a sense. I did get some help from New Game Plus and Seed the Sky on that one, but it was fun. That was a fun boss. But I think, like, non-mechanics aside, Quadraxis is the hardest one I've fought so far. Denzium. Play at 2 power bombs. Cool. Yeah, Quadraxis was a really cool boss. The different phases of it are pretty sweet. I know I don't need to do this, guys, but I did it, so I'm just gonna go with it. More missiles never hurt anyone. Did I skip over it? I did. Whee. I mean, that's something I've always... Like, again, it's been so long since I've played this game, so I'll have to think about Emperor Ing. But I don't, as a teenager playing these games, I don't remember any boss ever being particularly, like, memorably difficult. I remember them being fun, but not particularly difficult, so... Which was always, you know, as I got older, one of my biggest complaints about a lot of Nintendo games specifically was that they didn't really challenge me. And that's fine, because Nintendo has a bent towards young kids. But you know, the Prime game, like Quadraxis, wasn't just a. Quadraxis is a good example because it wasn't just like a straight up slugfest. You actually had to use your scanner, and different items to beat him. So it was kind of like a puzzle / boss fight, which is what I think. That's the route that all Metroid games should go. At least all 3D Metroid games when it comes to the bosses. And they do for the most part. So, you know, Quadraxis was challenging in that I had to figure out, or I needed some help figuring out how exactly to beat him. It's my biggest complaint about games like Echoes of Wisdom. The bosses in that game could have been a bit more puzzle-based rather than your typical Zelda bosses. But that's a topic for another time, I suppose. Oh, really? Okay. Guess I'll kill you. These forced fights, I'm not sure they're particularly necessary at this stage of the game. Probably just a little bit of a nitpick. Be nice if they were removed, since it's like I've done this before. I can beat these guys, I know. Guy. Yeah, I think definitely difficult, like perceived difficulty of games, I think is affected by, you know, your gaming generation. Like if you grew up playing harder games, what you consider difficult is not whatever other people consider difficult. And I do think that there is still a love for hard games. Otherwise, you know, Slip Song wouldn't have been such a huge success. And the Souls games are still, you know, Souls types games are alive and well. Elden Ring is an awesome, awesome game. So people do still like difficult games, but I do feel that there's in a many, not all, but many AAA titles, this drive to push to make games easier, for lack of a better word, through, I gotta be careful how I say this, because, you know, accessibility is needed in a lot of ways for people to enjoy games. But if you know, if that's your starting point, like, I'm gonna make sure that every aspect of the game is able to be tweaked so people can, you know, if the game is too difficult, if they find it too difficult, they can make it easier on the fly. Like, I think that that's the wrong approach when designing a game. The game should be as difficult as you the developer, want it to be for maximum effect, and then if you feel you need to make more accessibility options, then go in and do it that way. But don't start with, like, considering accessibility stuff. I'm gonna save because I don't want this to happen to me again. My biggest complaint though is how insanely easy it was, though. A bed can heal you any moment. Give you 20 smooths like 20 bottles, yeah. Gibson B. Pontus games don't count as difficult. I don't know who Gilson B. Pontus is. But, Zeltroid, yes, that restricting the access to smoothies and Echoes of Wisdom would have been a great way to make the game a bit more difficult and also fix the problem my biggest issue with Echoes of Wisdom and I will say I had fun playing it. It's a fun game. You know, it's a decent game. So I'm not saying it's bad. But my biggest problem was that the sword, like switching to hero mode and getting the sword was just way too accessible, way too easy. And I would get tired of waiting for my echoes to kill everything, and then I'd just decide, okay, well, I'm just going to drink a smoothie and kill everything myself, which was, honestly, it was kind of fun. So that was my biggest issue with it. But I don't begrudge anyone from liking Echoes of Wisdom. What am I doing? I just want to swing across. Can I not swing across? Does it not want me to? Okay, we'll just go back that way then. Gilson somehow put a bunch of Souls games, wannabe Unity assets, flip games onto the PlayStation store and only in his first game with health bar, and every time you die, you get sent back to the start. That's brutal. Yeah, there is a place for brutally hard games. You know, like Steel Soul mode in Silksong or Hollow Knight. It's like, yeah, this is a mode you're entering into this to this mode where if you die, you're dead. You got to start the game from the beginning, and that's great. But you know, it's all about balance. And I do think in general now, that if you work at it, you can find the correct balance of difficulty that most players will enjoy. And most players can actually overcome. They won't... Most players, they'll have different struggles with it for sure, but I think if you design your game well, even if it's considered difficult, most players should be able to beat it. I like how Silksong, Team Cherry was like unapologetic about how difficult Silksong was. Like, I know they made some tweaks, but they were like, yeah, if you're stuck, maybe go explore and then come back. And like that's the advice they gave players. Hard mode in Echoes of Wisdom is basically hyper mode in Prime 3. Just makes everything a cakewalk. There's a difference between challenging games and games that are total BS. Imagine having to slowly walk through 4 minutes of an open field for nothing. Yeah. And once you get to the first enemy, one hit kills you, and no evasive maneuvers are remotely helpful. Yeah. You want... I think I've ranted about this before, but you always want the player to feel, if they do die, or they do fail, you want them to feel like it's their fault. Like, you don't want them to have to slam down the controller and be like, this is BS. You want them to be like, okay, well, I just need to figure this out, or something like that. And you know, and the Souls games were notorious for how punishing they were if you died. Like, you had to walk all the way back to the boss. And then die again. Which I think was a little... I don't know. That might be a little unnecessary. But people seem to like it because the Souls games were are pretty popular. The only one I played is Elden Ring, so, which I thoroughly enjoyed because I love lore and I love cryptic stories. I didn't like how depressing it was, though. I'm not a very... I like dark games, but I also like happy endings, so I don't know. Alright, so we're back. We've made some progress today that will stick because I saved, and I'm gonna save now, just in case we run into that screen again. Samus looks so tired sometimes. Morning, Tim. You missed a game crash that killed like 20 minutes of progress, but it's okay. Alright. I need to go... That's the Gathering Hall. And that's the Catacombs. Why didn't I... Did I totally could have just gone there. Did I do that last time and just leave? Okay, I'm in the catacombs. Yeah, why did I think I totally unnecessarily went all around in circles. Yeah. The dungeon. Yeah, I totally... When I was... Before the game crashed, I was totally going around in circles. Could have just gone right here. Sorry, everyone. I gotta fight these things? Can I annihilate them? My sonic boom. Oh, nice. This one's a bit tougher. Okay. Please die. It's totally just a reskin to Sheegoth from Metroid Prime 1. What are we doing? That was harder than it needed to be. It's okay, man. You need time to play too. These things are usually under here. What's that? Scanning. A new creature. A watch drone. Indestructible but irritated by bright light. Can be herded out of place by exposing to light. Oh. Ugh, seriously? Okay. Just give me the key. Yeah. She-gots get around. There you are. We did it without a game crash. Yeah, a brand new enemy for one specific room, and you don't see it again. See, that's a good example of, like... Now, I am loving this game, so don't take me wrong, but I would consider that not best practice for game design, to do that. Like, they wanted something to make this a puzzle, and they had all these assets they could have used, but they created this one specific creature to do it, and it's one asset to solve one problem is not really like what you want to shoot for. Maybe they didn't have a choice or they couldn't figure out another way, but in general, I think they should have done something a little bit different. It's a nitpick thing, honestly. So I'm not upset by it, but that's just an example. Like, you want to solve multiple problems with any kind of new feature you add, not just one. Again, it's not a big issue, but those big issues, those the small issues add up over time. So that's the goal of being pretty nitpicky with stuff. Uh-oh, hang on. Just got a message. Hopefully my kids aren't freaking out. The boys are awake. Did I set up the elf? Yes. He is watching the Santa Claus. We're doing Elf on the Shelf with the kids, so had to make sure that was all set up. I get what you're saying from a gameplay standpoint, but I also feel like it's a lore enhancer, and the creatures have very specific purpose and roles. Makes the world feel a bit real to me personally. Yeah, I mean that's a great point. Any subtle additions to the lore, I support. So yes, I guess in that sense, from that perspective, you know, adding that one creature to solve that one problem does fit with, you know, my criteria of like doing two things. It deepens the lore and it solves the problem of, hey, what do we do with this room? So yeah, that's a good point. It's all true. The scans really do make these Metroid games. Like, imagine if you played a Metroid Prime game without the scanning. Like, it wouldn't be the same. And it's such a ingenious way to communicate information to the player in a way that you normally wouldn't want to. Like, pop-up text boxes are generally not the best way to teach the player things, but because you scanned it, it's like involves the player in action and gives them choice in how to do it. It's pretty ingenious, if I do say so myself. What's up here? Is there anything important up here? Oh, that should have hit it. It's a missile tank. Oh, I can use spring ball. Oh, that's right, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be able. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna go through. I've wasted too much time in this run already. Alright, I am nearing the time when I have to stop, so I'm gonna quickly look up what the next key I want to get is, and then find a save point. Key bearer lore. Cadre 1. Okay, we got that one. The reactor. We got the lagoon. We got the catacombs. That's in the sanctuary fortress. Okay, so we got all in the Cadre 2, Cadre 1. Cadre 2. Okay, I think we got all of them in here. Pop-up video Metroid Prime presented. Pop-up video edition. Not sure I quite get the joke. Sorry, Eamon. Okay. Let's head back and save, and then we'll have to call it a day. Yes, I know that there's a missile tank there, but this has inadvertently become a medium % run, not a low % run. These do so much damage. And there's the bird clock pointing to the owl, but making the sound of an eagle. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, this is it. Alright, we collected those keys twice because of the crash. Oh, yeah, remember the video pop-ups. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. Yes. Sorry you had to explain your joke. That happens to everyone in the chat, apparently. They have to explain their joke to me, and then it's not a joke anymore. Alright, thanks for sticking through the bug crash, guys. I appreciate it, Zeltroid. Nice to have you with us. I stream pretty much every weekday morning from 4:45 to about 6 o'clock Central Time. I do, if I can get up on the weekends, I'll stream around the same time. It's my really only time to stream, but I'm on pretty much all the social media platforms. Just trying to throw them out there. So Kick, YouTube, Twitch. I have Twitch on there because it connects really easily with Nexus clips, which helps me clip. That's why I'm doing that. Don't really expect to grow Twitch that much, but yeah, it was nice hanging out and talking Metroid with you guys. He's here from the beginning. Yes, you were. Eamon's been here. And Tim's been around. He's probably working out right now or something. But you've lurked a few times. Enjoy the vibe. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, probably not going to stream tomorrow or Christmas for obvious reasons. But if I don't see you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy time with your family. Have good time off. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later.